Well, welcome back. It's a time for a tech discussion. Now, over the course of the past few weeks, we've been having quite instructive lessons here. Uyi Ebwoma is our tech consultant for this one, co-founder, Tech Patriot, a tech consultant, and we've been talking about habits that make you susceptible to scam online. Hello, Uyi. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mike. So good to be here once again. Yeah.
All right, wonderful. Now, today we're going to be focusing on the job scam, as it were. We are in a country where we have a greater percentage of the youths, looking for jobs. And that is one way people prey on that particular need, as it were, for people to get jobs. They prey on that instinct and scam people. So let's talk about that instances. How do people fall, or how do you ensure that you don't fall for such a scam, a job scam, as it were, using that way to scam you of your money?
Okay, so I'll just build the case this way. You know, sometimes, especially recently, with the way the economy is, there's this constant quest and push to earn in dollars. So this scam is targeted at people who have maybe foreign jobs, like international jobs, remote jobs, and all that. So they are legit ones, no doubt. But there's this scam that I've seen someone that fell for this, as in, it was so sophisticated in his makeup, but it was a scam. And what was it? He got a letter in his mail, saying there was an opening in an INGO, one of these big INGOs. So they forged their letterheads and all those stuff, and then their logos and all that. So it looked really legit. So he applied for the job. So you can apply for any job when you get links and all that. So he applied for the job. Then he went through different phases, submit your credentials and all that, and he had gone through all that. Then he got to a stage and he said, okay, you'll get the job and all that. So, but there's this certification you need to have to be able to qualify for this role. And since you have other things, you pass through other things, just have this certification and you have the role. So with that eagerness, you think that everything has almost clicked. You say, man, your life is about to change. Because many of them, they pay in dollars, their salaries are very attractive and all that. So wow. They told him about certification. So he went to look for a certification. I couldn't find it. I said, okay, this is the link to the certification body. Just go there and all that. So he went there, clicked the link. It was a website. They had the certification. He registered for a certification. He paid about $100, about $150, paid for it, wrote an exam, passed the exam, got the results, uploaded to these people. They will say, oh, congratulations and all that. And they gave him an appointment letter. His breakdown of salary and everything. And funny enough, the organization had an office in Abuja, a head office. In fact, it's a UN organization that they use in quote. So on the day of resumption, he packed himself, dressed up well, took his appointment letter and all that to go to the office as a new staff now that God has blessed. So he went there just to get there, and at the screen at the gate, they're like, there is nothing like this.
What?
They took him to the HR and there was nothing like that. It was all a scam. So we now did the playback. So when he told me that, we now did the playback. We now found out that at that point, where they wanted you to take that certification, that was where it was. So they were running a quasi-exam to make people feel that they were doing something, and that's where they were making their money from.
Legit,
once you
like,
pay for it, they give you
legit, like, yeah. You log in, you set the exam for you. You write the exam.
Timer, online exam. Get results.
Get results.
Then take the results.
What?
Hey, my goodness, it was a sophisticated scam.
What?
Yeah, and a lot of people. When we probed it, a lot had happened. In fact, because of the Naira payment issue, sometimes maybe they say you can't pay with your Naira card. They even allow people pay with crypto, with Bitcoin. So they didn't want to make payment an issue with that.
You know, for me that has seen a lot, I am shocked at this one. This is sophisticated.
This was really sophisticated. So sometimes as you apply for jobs, once, normally the normal traditional route is do this after your interview, you get it and all that. But when the same people are telling you, go and do this, and then I'll tell you the certification to take, and just ask somebody else. I was shocked at this because I knew the person. I was shocked at this. So, but when we ran the trail, then when we went to certification, remember what I said about HTTPS and link to stuff? Where there was a breakdown was, if we had verified in the INGO, though it's sometimes difficult, you need to have a lot of customer care, look for the exact number that has their HR and all that. They may not reply on time because of the volumes they get and all that. But if they tell you to write any exam, to be able to complete the appointment process, maybe the interview process, watch it. something is going on already.
Wow.
That is where this scam. So it's not a direct scam now. They are using the opportunity, how would I put it, that setup that gets you desperate. Not like desperate, you're doing everything right. But that exam part, that is where they are making their money from. That is the scam.
Now
you need to be really careful about this.
Yeah. All right. Now, you made mention about the Uniform Resource Locator, the URL, or web address, as a number of people will know it. Is there any way, in that particular scenario, was there any way that, that the victim could have used the URL to identify that he was dealing with scammers?
Okay, well, it's hard to do that because many times they'll buy a URL that is maybe the name of the exam or the name of the organization they told you to go and take the exam with. So it's really hard. But then you see many URLs that don't come with .com or .org. Some of them may have Austria, some funny extensions. So many times they do that because of the legit names are already taken. So they're looking for the most available name. It's not that it's always like that, but that is a first clue that you need to investigate further. Then another thing you can do is take the name and all that and drop it maybe on Google or any AI boot to say like, has there been any case where somebody reported that a victim of this? Because some people may have been a victim and they drop their experiences and their review. The web crawlers pick those things and some may even share their experiences and all that. Like now, as we're talking about this now, it's been captured. It's going to be on YouTube. It's been captured. Down the line, some AI will pick what we said, transcribe it, and archive it somewhere. So sometimes when you put all that, it could bring even this interview as one of the results, depending on how you say. So if you see people's experiences, you may see that, oh, this has happened to somebody before, or this exact format, then you know, okay, I have to be careful with it. We learn every day anyway.
Wonderful. You know, I remember, I remember a time when there was this particular website, Nairaland, where a lot of people used to share experiences. In fact, you know, there's also the physical one where they'll tell you, come for an interview. That used to happen a lot in Lagos. I've even gone for one. They'll tell you, come for an interview, come to this place. Legit, they'll open the place, you come and see people, they'll come and be giving you training and all of that. You know, once some of them, they'll finish it and then they'll tell you to market her. It's not actually the job. No, that used to happen a lot. Nairaland used to be a site where a number of people will come and share experiences. So normally that time, you put it into, you take the address. Most of the time, maybe if it's an address, like you mentioned. Now, this is an online address. Sometimes it was a physical address. You put it into a Google search, or as you were now, a chat bot, and it just brings out everything. That's where we get to learn to use these resources. So, like you said, double check. If you don't have somebody here, you always have to ensure you double check, right?
Yes.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. And so, in this scenario, what can be done? Do people need to report some of these handles so that they can be blacklisted? Is there any way that there's some form of, how do I put it now? Some form of government, you know, is there any way that something can happen that these things, before they happen, maybe cultivate our web space in such a way that these things are reduced? Can anything as such be done?
Oh yeah. Some agencies like the EFCC, NIDA, and these are agencies that have a wide reach. All right. So you can report this to them. You can write to them. You can tweet at them. You can do this to them to help them. And whether I like it or not, no matter how popular about the system, there's still some good people in the system. There's still some people that are out there, really helping others, fighting crime like that. They can take that up and do a secular on it, a memo on it. The major thing is when bodies like that do that, it proliferates the message so that on the net you can easily get to them. Sometimes they may do a jingle around this, sometimes they may do an awareness around it because these things keep changing. So you just do your part. Like what we're doing now, we're talking about it now, we're doing our part. We're propagating the message. All right. Others, if it happens to you, put it out there. Sometimes, because of the magnitude of it, especially because of the emotional and status things around with you, sometimes some people don't want people to know that this is what happened, but they have already told people that they had this job. So all of a sudden, how are you going to tell people that you were scammed? So sometimes, because of that, you don't want to talk.
Let not be that.
I had. Yeah, I've given testimony already, and now say I don't have job again. It's not look at God did not do it. Those kind of things. Like, but man, we're human, man. It's just something you could say, even your own brother or your sister or somebody get to you by just sharing, all right? If you can't even go to this agency sometimes, do that as a publication. Write a story in WhatsApp group, tell them to share with other people, and some will propagate that, and it could help a lot of people. And thanks for what we're doing like this, that we keep sharing.
We can keep sharing.
I talk about things like this here.
I think one other way is also to share incognito. You can share it and change your name, put it out somewhere, get it to somebody. In case you are too ashamed, get it to somebody and let the person write about it and use alliances.
Yes, exactly. Analysis like that, just to get a message so that people will learn. Yeah. So
Thank you.
that's a way to.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you
help
so
and
much,
to see.
Uyi. Yeah, thank you so much, Uyi. This was very, very educative and instructive, and we're looking forward to having you for more editions where you get to teach us things like this, how to be safe from online scam. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Uyi.
Always a pleasure. Thank you, man.
All right, that's it. I hope you're able to pick up something from this one. We've had this series for quite a long. The job scam, just be careful. You're looking for a job and you get that blessing. You go and give the testimony and then you go and find out. That was very sophisticated, okay? We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. When we get back, it's chapter 17.